From mountain peaks to kitchen taps, Arvada water takes quite a journey with important stops along the way. So it's always here when you need it. And now we're going to make it easier for you to track what you use with your water, thanks to these smart meters. I'm sitting here today with Tara Kent, who is kind enough to share her front yard and is one of our first folks to use one of these smart meters.
Hey, thanks, Mayor Williams. I'm glad to be part of this. I'm really excited to share with the community about my water meter and how it has saved us water in our household based on the new app, Eyes on Water.
And how do people get this app?
The app is downloadable on any smartphone, and you need to sign up with the smart meter with the city first of all, and then you just download the app on your phone. You use your customer service number in the app, you sign in, and you can track your water usage every single day.
Now, how long have you had it?
I think I've had the smart meter got installed right down here in my front yard about late June and into July. So I've been using it for several months now. The email that came in recently was, "You have a leak."
Uh-oh. So it worked.
It worked. This is wonderful. So I log into the app and it tells me I have a leak. And it says, these are the things that you need to do to look for a leak. What are the primary culprits? And that would probably be leaky irrigation system, which we don't have and is not turned on right now. Also toilets and faucets. So we turned off one of our toilets that we thought we heard leaking. And the next morning it said no leak detected.
That's
so
wonderful.
It worked.
That's great.
And it saved me 1,000 gallons of water.
And I know you're concerned about saving water just because you're concerned about saving water, but it saves you money when you save water, doesn't it?
Yeah, so every time you're saving 1,000 gallons puts you on a lower tier of your water usage. And I'm a big water conserver. I like to use water more than once. So having a smart meter telling me how much water I'm using every week and every day makes me more committed to use less water the next day, which saves me money.
That's absolutely wonderful. How important is clean water to you?
Clean water, as an Arvada resident, is one of the utmost important things. I think it's even cleaner than having reliable energy, which the Xcel Energy in the city provides to me as well. Clean water is life, and clean water coming to my house via a tap is amazing, right? Our tap water tastes amazing.
People take our water and wastewater just for granted. And it's important that we can raise the awareness and make sure we conserve these valuable resources.
It is very true. I've tasted a lot of water across the metro, and I think Arvada has one of the best tasting waters along with Denver, from Denver Water. I have really high standards when it comes to water usage. I love saving water. I think it's one of the most important things that we should do as a citizen in a household. My gardens do not have any permanent irrigation systems. I just hand water or I run a sprinkler. I take any kind of water that is being reused in the house, like dog water bowls. So the dogs get clean big bowls of water every day, the dogs and cats and the chickens. And if I need to reuse any of that water, I'll dump it in a bucket and then I'll reuse it to water the plants in my house. Think about reusing boiling water, like you're boiling potatoes or pasta water and you don't need all of that water. That goes in a gray water reusable bucket that I call in my kitchen. And then I can just take it out. I can water anything in my yard, even year round, water a tree outside with that bucket. Knowing that I can turn on the water in the heat of the summer and also in the dead of the winter when everything is frozen and I have running water, that exceeds my expectations of having water.
Well, Tara, thank you so much for being the exact example of what I like to see in citizens in Arvada. Energetic, involved, engaged. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you, Mayor Williams.
As for the smart meters, the city started piloting them in some of our city parks back in 2020. And now we want to expand that program in a big way. To tell us more about that is Chris Kampman, who's been in charge of that program.
So in 2020, we piloted this technology at all the city parks and to make sure, one, it worked, right? We have parks throughout the city. It worked really well. Immediately, we will see savings from a labor standpoint. People don't often realize how much water can run through a toilet if it runs for 24 hours, or a shower if you just let it warm up for an extra 10 minutes, right? That's a lot of water, and when people see it, they tend to change their habits, and that can realize savings for both them financially and us from having to procure more water. Give us a call, we'd like to work with you. If you think you have a high water bill, we can check and see what your historical consumption could be compared to what you're using now. We have a lot of ways to look at that data, even beyond smart meters and beyond water apps. So we'd love to help.
Chris, thanks for that information and the great work on this program. And thank you all for watching and learning more about water in the City of Arvada.